It's another week, right? And we're alive and well. We're still in Nigeria, even if dollar is selling at 210 or 1,210 naira as of today. It doesn't matter. I will survive it. You know that Nigeria, I can do it spirit. We all have it, right? This too shall pass. After all, we've been told to persevere. It's just some painful baby steps that, would get a smile over later on, right? Well, this is the Evening Rush, 90.3 Voice of the People. This is where Nigeria's finest conversation takes place every evening. And we're here for yet another round of conversation. On the hot topic this evening, Supreme Court dismisses APM's appeal against Tinubu. Basically, APM withdrew their case against Tinubu. And we will be wondering, okay, what have you people been seeing, so God, gentlemen? Why did you not think of withdrawing cease? You now wasted our time after appeal court, after the tribunal, and went to Supreme only for you to withdraw. Well, your guess is as good as mine. Article counters Tinubu on its document showing Lagos court treated cases on Saturday, 1973. That was, revealed during the World Press Conference held by Atiku's team yesterday, Sunday. So it was surprising when the presidential candidates of the PDP yesterday did tweet that, at XYZ time today, his media team will be holding a World Press Conference. And then, boom, we saw that. Was it surprising again to hear the things that they said? I don't know. Well, just so you know, Supreme Court panel for Atiku Obi's petition unveiled. We'll let you in on those who are the panel. And, everything you'll be hearing today, Supreme Court. So in case of S is biting your ear, please just take it easy, right? So Supreme Court reserves judgment in Atiku Obi's appeal against Tinubu. Right. We are looking at for when that would really happen. So far, all the hearing is taking place, and then, we'll wait for. It's like waiting for your JAMB results. Waiting for your WAEC results, right? Okay, so here in Lagos State seals Alaba International Trade Fair Markets. Why did that happen? We'll let you in on it. Well, one of the reasons they said is for poor sanitation purposes or reasons. Call Gumi to order. Fani Kayode urges Tinubu's security agencies. Say call Gumi to order. So Fani Kayode has spoken. He hasn't really spoken for a while now. Nigeria wins $11 billion P&ID case in UK court. And then we'll go to other conversation. Lagos governorship election. Jandor seeks transfer of appeal to Abuja. Say, no, carry my appeal. Stay for inside Lagos. So carry on go Abuja, Lagos. These are the hot topics for today. Let's take a little break. I'll be right back to begin dissection of these stories. Stay with us. My name is Precious Enyi. This show is produced by Promise. I have my Thursday tonic in the house, Mr. Darlington. I'll let you in on the microphone after this break. Stay with us.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Lagos State, you are welcome back. 90.3 Voice of the People FM. So Lagos State PDP governorship candidate in the 2023 general election, Dr. Abdulaziz Adediran, aka Jandor, is seeking transfer of his appeal against the verdict of the Lagos State governorship election petition tribunal. Now, the tribunal headed by Justice Arum Asham dismissed Adediran's petition and upheld re-election of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in the March 18 governorship election. However, in a statement signed by the head of his media and communications team, Mr. Ogunleye, on Monday today in Lagos, Adediran prayed the Court of Appeal president to transfer the case to Abuja. Adediran, quoting now, the first petitioner in the appeal case number hereby request for the transfer from Lagos Division to Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal for fairness, objectivity, he said. He said that his request was in line with the directive of the Chief Justice of the Court of Appeal, Dongban Mensem, following transfer of some appeals. He noted that Dongban Mensem allowed transfer of appeals in 17 states in southern Nigeria, to the Lagos Division of the Court of Appeal. He prayed for transfer of his appeal to the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal. Quoting, he says, the transfer will safeguard neutrality, equity, and discourage of interference. So he says. So you would recall earlier that the president of the appeal court had earlier moved all appeal cases in state, including those for governorship, National Assembly, and state House of Assemblies, to either the appeal, to Abuja or Lagos State, citing discouragement of interference by the state, right? And now Janda is seeking that, okay, since we have to transfer to either Abuja or Lagos. I'm in Lagos, but I don't want my case to be heard in Lagos State. Can we please move it to Abuja? So he did ask. Well, Mr. Darlington is in the house. Let's have him chiming on this. Mr. Darlington.
Pretty mama.
Good evening, Mr. Darlington. Welcome. Good to.
How are you?
It is always good to be with you.
Yeah, how was the weekend?
It wasn't so weekending, but it's okay. Oh no, it was nice. Yeah, it was nice. I forgot it was nice. It was beautiful.
What happened?
I will not tell you. I will not. I'm not telling. I'm not telling at all.
Okay, thank God at least you are fine.
Yes, I'm super. I'm not just fine. I'm great.
Thank God.
Mr. Darlington, go ahead. Before we get to appeal court, to the Supreme Court. Let's get straight down to business.
Now, Precious.
Yes, please.
Precious.
Sir.
Precious.
Sir.
Have you seen where your country is drifting to? No, seriously, this is no longer a joke. I think there is a satanic force that have taken over Nigeria.
Satankwa.
I'm telling you, a satanic force have taken over Nigeria, and that satanic force is driving all of us crazy.
Oui.
That is why normal people, people that went to school, people you respect, people you think that they matter, are now talking and behaving anyhow. You think it's ordinary? It is not, though. Because over the weekend and even today, after hearing what happened, I've been thinking that this thing is not ordinary. I'm telling you. Look.
But we've been praying since now. I don't think. Do you know that Nigeria ranked second in the most praying country?
After Afghanistan.
After Afghanistan.
Yes.
We pray so much.
Listen very well. Look, don't think
Is it that God is not answering our prayers?
This thing is not a joke. Listen very well. In the United States, something happened. You know, when they came into the so-called New World, the Red Indians they met there, they were very hostile. You know, they are very good in using arrow and bow. So they were using it to attack these people that came into their land. And the Americans now felt that this is getting too much. So they now had a meeting and started manufacturing their own guns to defend themselves. That was how the gun law started in the US. So with this gun now, they had upper hand and they started decimating these Red Indians. They were decimating them in number. And when these people realized that they are about to be exterminated, they did one thing. You know, they are very good in this their voodooism. They now called their gods and did whatever they did and said that every 20 years, an American president must die violently because of the way these people are killing them. And they see you with sacrifice and everything.
Has that been happening?
With accurate precision.
Are you serious?
So
every 20 years an American president dies
violently.
Oh, wow.
Is either gunshot or assassination. With accurate precision until Ronald Reagan happened. A young man, John Hinckley, he saw this man talking on television. He told the girlfriend, I'm going to shoot this man because of you, to impress my girlfriend. And the girl thought he was joking. The guy went ahead to do it. He wanted a gun and went after Ronald Reagan and fired him, but he missed him. And you know, Ronald Reagan was a cowboy.
And that was on the 20th of another 20th year.
Yes, exactly. If you calculate it, the man was a cowboy, so he was able to dodge the bullet, but not completely. So when the wife, who was a would I call it now? These people, necromancer, those people who are spiritually inclined and all that. He told the wife, he said, Nancy, I couldn't dock on time. That was what he told you. No, jokingly. Because he was wondering how a cowboy could not dodge a bullet. Good. Then it was from there that Americans now went into research. Then somebody talked to somebody who talked to somebody. Now somebody talked to somebody. Then all the elders of America now look into their crystal ball and discover what has been happening and what has happened.
That is, they consulted their oracle.
Exactly.
Local and crystal ball oracle.
Somebody went back to history and discovered what has been going on and say no. Because if you look at it. So what did they do? Did they appease the Of course. That's why I'm trying to tie this into what is going on here. They now made this ready, the remaining of them, because all of them cannot die now. They now met some of them who were sealed and they now related the story and all that. And then sacrifice was made. Precious. America did sacrifice to safeguard their presidency because of what they did in the past. So I am thinking that God is punishing Nigeria for our past sins. That is why these things are happening. And everybody, people that are supposed to stand up and call a spade, you see them speaking from both sides of their mouth. And you think it's ordinary. No, hold on. Do you think that this thing is not? Look at how people are just trying to pamper a very bad situation. Trying to cover up. Trying to shade one man. Trying to make him look good. In the face of obvious evil. Don't you think something is wrong somewhere? Do I need anybody to tell you that this type of thing is happening in Nigeria of 21st century?
Mr. Darlington, we're talking about Jando and we've not gotten to the cases.
What I'm saying now is that you see what is going on now. My advice, I'm not warning. My advice that people should be careful. Remember when God wanted to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, he said if he can find one person who can make him to cool down, who can make him to save that particular region, but he couldn't find any. All these people who are keeping quiet, all these elders who are keeping quiet, I don't know what they are keeping quiet for. The people who wanted to save Nigeria in 2012, save Nigerian group, all of them, you can't find any of them again. And all these things are going on. So are they waiting until the inevitable happens?
So, Mr. Darlington, I'm bringing you back to this particular topic again.
So what I'm saying is that
Jando seeking for the transfer of his case.
Let us do what the Americans did to save their presidency.
That's what Jando should do now.
No, what I'm saying.
We're not talking about presidency yet, though. Now we've not even reached that level.
Okay.
I'm telling you about Jando transferring his case to Abuja.
What do you expect from the young man? What do you expect? Because Lagos is no longer conducive for him. Can't you see it? Even though they said all the appeal cases should come in Lagos and Abuja, he being in Lagos is not comfortable. And they did not specify that a particular case should remain in Lagos. So he has every right to go to Abuja anywhere he likes.
All right, so let's move to the next conversation. I know that you're going straight somewhere, perhaps the incident today at the Appeal Court, Supreme Court. But before we get to that incident, let's take a look at this particular case, which, by the way, should be an exciting one for Nigeria, as the federal government of Nigeria has won the legal case against Process and Industrial Development P&ID Limited in London court today, Monday. So the judgment was delivered after 5 years of legal frameworks, which have finally been to the advantage of Nigeria, as the court squashed the $11 billion arbitration award in favor of P&ID. So in a ruling delivered by ruling delivered by email, Robin Knowles, the Justice of the Commercial Courts of England and Wales, upheld Nigeria's prayer on the ground that the ill-fated gas processing contract was obtained by fraud.
Yes.
The UK judge dismissed the $6.6 billion arbitrary judgment against Nigeria, of which interest have increased to $11.5 billion over a failed contract to develop a gas processing plant. Now, Judge Knowles ruled that the awards were obtained by fraud and that what transpired in the case were contrary to the public policy. So the Business and Property Court of London delivered the judgment in a case between the federal government of Nigeria and Process and Industrial Development P&ID Limited. This ruling came after the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC), Benga Komolafe, urged the bid winners of the Nigerian gas flare commercialization program to hasten site development. Meanwhile, the federal government, alongside its partnership, has begun the development of tiny tankers for the transportation of crude oil through creeks of the Niger Delta, following a protection inability to fix the often vandalized pipelines in the region. So they will now deploy tiny tankers to transport crude oil now, instead of since people are always vandalizing our pipeline, could begin use tanker they carry them now. P&ID had agreed with Nigeria in 2010 to build a gas processing plant in Alaba, Cross River State. But the company said the contracts failed because the Nigerian government did not fulfill its end of the bargain, claiming Nigeria breached the terms of the contract. P&ID took a legal recourse and secured an arbitral award against the country. And this is what Nigeria has now won, because they don't look and say, no, even the contract so you get safe. Now under fraud, Kurukere movement to win the contract. What does this mean for Nigeria?
Yeah, it is
like a hook just left our neck, right?
Yeah, at least something is coming in.
$11 billion would have been such a big money for us to pay, considering how indebted the country is.
Exactly. Let's hope they make use of it. No, actually, the contract, I think it was under Jonathan. It was awarded under Jonathan in a fraudulent manner. The man who got this contract was not even the person who bidded for it. I think our own Danjuma, all his businesses were.
T.Y. Danjuma?
Yeah, T.Y. Danjuma was involved. He was the original bidder, but he used a company used his name to get that contract, being a UK-based company. So while the contract was on, they had squabbles, that is in-house squabble. Maybe the terms of agreement was not adhered to. That was when the man breached the contract. And then T.Y. Danjuma came up and said, look, he is even the original bidder for this contract. And the squabble started. Even the money, how he paid $40 million for grand works and all the expenses and all that, they started revealing themselves. It was at this point that Nigerian government said, no, okay, so this is what people are doing, Abi. They now wanted to look into the contract proper. That was when the discrepancies were discovered. Even the man who was fronting, he's late now. He's late. The man who started this matter, he's late now. He's not even alive. So that was when the Nigerian government, after looking at the contract and all the shady deals and all the false document they presented, the man have no idea of how to manage such a gigantic project. They don't even have any equipment, nothing. So it was at this
How can somebody who doesn't have such even win and is such a contract? So what's the criteria of even giving such a contract in the first place?
Because of course you must prove that you can do it.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm wondering. How can you be awarded a contract that you don't have the capacity to handle?
They presented the false documents.
Oh wow.
To the Nigerian government.
This is Nigeria.
And with money exchanging hands.
Oh wow.
Some people looked the other way. It was when I think, was it not Buhari government came in and then somebody discovered or looked at those documents and said, look, let us look at this thing again. In fact, it was when the man was demanding for 6 billion for breach of contract. That was when the Nigerian government said, okay, let's look at this thing. The man went to International Court of Arbitration. So for Nigeria to pay him 6 billion for breach of contract. That was when the Nigerian government said, okay, let us look at this contract too. That was under Buhari. They now look at it and discovered all the discrepancies. That was why they now took it up and said, no, they are not paying.
All right. So,
and at the end of the day, they won that case. At least for once, Nigerian Ministry of Justice, they have done something that I can applaud, because they took up that matter. They took up that matter. They look at all the terms of agreement and all that, and discovered all these discrepancies.
All right. So Mr. Darlington, before we go straight to the Supreme Court issue, former Aviation Minister Femi Fani-Kayode has spoken. You know, a lot of people have been saying that he's been silent, perhaps because contracts don't reach him. That's what people are saying. Sorry, I say contract. Appointment did not get to him, but no, he's not really been silent because he's spoken. So he has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to warn the controversial Kaduna-based Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi over his inciting statements. Fani-Kayode made this known in an audio recording he posted on his X account on yesterday Sunday, reacting to Gumi's violent utterances against Christians and Southerners. Reacting, Femi Fani-Kayode said the security agents needed to arrest and prosecute Gumi over the incident or unguarded statement, which could destabilize the country. The ex-minister said, "Let us be clear to the whole country. We as Christians will not bow to anybody, and neither will rationalize reasonable Muslims bow to his type of terroristic rhetoric, and neither will we let our people push us into a civil war." He said quite a lot. Are we surprised to hear from Femi Fani-Kayode?
I'm not surprised because, people were asking him to speak. And the man must have been wondering, what am I going to talk about? So he now saw...
he needed to be careful too, right?
Yeah, because they've not finished appointment, mind you.
For someone who's a minister, what other appointment would they be giving anyway? So let's just take a little listen to what he said, we're clear.
You can be minister 20 times.
Are you serious?
Yes,
I'm not concerned about the rantings of this little monkey against the government, because there are many people that are in government that are paid to respond to him and handle that. And I am not in government. However, I am concerned about his rantings against the Christian community and against what I believe to be Southerners generally, both Christian and Muslim. That's how I'm reading all that he has said.
Okay, trying to see if I can play that.
He has said Christians cannot be trusted with power, because when in power and when they have
Okay, so you know what? We're due for a quick break. When we come back from that break,
control of guns, when they're in power, they kill people, they kill leaders, they kill followers.
Unfortunately, I can't really play all of that audio right now, but he did quite say a lot. And trust Femi Fani-Kayode to be very bad-mouthed. He could, really speak. Mr. Darlington, we're going to address what he said quickly.
Yeah, it is. I've always told you that it is always good to have a madman in a village.
Oui.
So that when another man cross into their own village, the villager will now say, okay, we too will have a madman. Oh yeah, you two, slug it out. So next time the madman will think twice before crossing into that village. But if the madman comes and ravage everybody, embarrass everybody, chase everybody away, and nobody apprehended him, the next day he will come back. That is why these things are good. I don't know, Tinubu, with what Fani has said, because I had a monkey in this matter. Let him deploy Fani to special assistant on verbal assault. Is that not an appointment? Let him, at least he's very good in that, so that whenever they throw all this rough mouth, no matter where it's coming from, he can reply.
Mr. Darlington, are you totally disregarding the points made by Femi Fani-Kayode?
What the point he made is overflogged. Look, this is not the first time. Telling Tinubu to rein him in who will help. They have allowed him to grow wings. Under Buhari, he did worse things. Under Buhari, there was a time he was even exchanging words with this same Fani Kayode. He was exchanging words with him, So this is not the first time. My question is, why have the DSS and every other person allowed this man? Let somebody reply him now. You will see them. They will come alive. They will come alive and tell you that you are the one causing problem, not even Gumio. Let somebody reply him now from the south to here now. You will see how all of them will rise up. They will rise up to start talking. start telling you how you look at what he's saying, that you can you just imagine that Satanas and Christians cannot be trusted with power. And I ask myself, you that have been holding this power since independence, where have you led us to? This power is in your hand, yet your region is a mess in insecurity. You know, when somebody is indicting himself, do you need to talk? Just allow him to mess himself up. Look at what he's saying. You that have been entrusted with power, oh yeah, what have you done with this power? Is that what you want me to be saying? You mean he doesn't know what he does see things that is going on in his region? At least if the power is in his hand and they are using it well, nobody will talk. But since the power is in their hand and insecurity is all over the place, then he's indicting himself. There's no need in replying him. Power is in their hand. Yes, quite I agree. What have they done with it? There are people, have they been lifted out of poverty? No. Out of ignorance? No. Out of illiteracy? No. So what are you doing with the power? The South, you are even trying to rubbish. They are 10 times, even 100 times ahead of you. So is that what you want me to tell Gumi? Let him go to exam board now and see the statistics from JAMB to WAEC and see where the Northerners is and Northerners are. Insecurity, where is it worse now? So is that what you want me to reply? He will reply himself. Oh. He knows what he's saying. He's speaking from both sides of his mouth. All
right, Lagos, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back to continue with the conversation. Remember that we still have very outstanding conversations that we get to have, revealing the panel for the appeal Supreme Court sitting on the appeals by the three parties that one have not dropped their case, right? And then of course Supreme Court reserving judgment on Atiku and Obi's case. These will be coming up after the break. Stay with us. This is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. We'll be right back.
Enugu State government is building a $40 billion economy, among which is the huge International Trade Center. It is the Oji River Industrial Park, the biggest in Africa, located in Ugwoba, few minutes drive to Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Anambra State. Oji River Industrial Park is financed by African Development Bank, International Finance Corporation, American Exim Bank, Bank of Industry, Infrastructure Development Bank, Central Bank, Taj Bank, Sukuk Funds, and Development Bank of Nigeria. It is time to invest. Don't wait. Oji River Industrial Park has over 150,000 shop spaces and business plaza with state-of-the-art security cameras, fire-resistant walls, hospitals, fast foods, recreational centers, steady power supply, residential spaces for workers and business owners. Indeed, it is time to invest. For more inquiries, visit ojiriveric.com.ng or call Anosike on 0813-180-1541. Jude 0903-194-9623. Adigbo 0704-713-0361. Eda Patrick 0816-817-0210. This project is in partnership with Zelox Group. The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream, light in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, Festac Town, 28 at Denira Ogunsanya Street, Surulere, 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and cold berry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Attention, broadcaster.
I guess you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM, 27 minutes pursuing the 8 p.m. mark right here in the studio. And we have been talking about a couple of things, just in case you are just tuning in. We did tell you earlier that Lagos governorship election, Jandor 6 transfer of appeal to Abuja from Lagos State. That says, you know what? For fairness and everything, please carry my transfer and go to Abuja, right? And we also did tell you that Nigerian wins 11 billion naira P&ID case in UK court. So one hook off our neck, right? And then we did just tell you that Femi Fani-Kayode has spoken, tells President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to call Gumi to order. We're just in that conversation. But up next, Lagos State seals Alaba International Trade Fair Markets, Mr. Darlington. So the Lagos State government has sealed certain sections of the popular Alaba International Market that has been in, it's been in the news lately, especially throughout the election period, and the bustling trade fair market due to reported sanitation concerns. This will not be the first market that has been sealed in recent times. I mean, this was just barely a month after, I think the Oyingbo, Ladipo, even my 12 markets have also been killed. Ladipo, that is my 12 markets in K2 have also been. Exactly, yeah. So traders who arrived today, Monday morning, at these markets were taken aback as they discovered that their access had been denied by officials of the Lagos State Waste Management Authority, LOMA. According to information gathered by, the newsmen, the electronics section, fancy section, and furniture section in Alaba International Market were the areas sealed by LOMA. And it's a major electronic market. So the electronic section would have been like a big deal. The thriving trade fair market was not exempted from the actions. According to traders, the market was sealed late yesterday. A salesperson who simply identified himself as Gift spoke to newsmen. She said yesterday they were at the gates sealing the markets. I never knew they were sealing it in preparation for today. I even recorded a video and sent to some of our platforms, but no one responded until today when everyone was kept outside. Additionally, another source revealed that although no notice was served, a section like Balogu in the trade fair market was reported to be very dirty. But not all sections of the market are in the same state of disarray, so she said. So why seal the market? Government, Loma has reacted via the Twitter, aka X page. Yes, and they said the Lagos State Management Authority, Waste Management Authority, in conjunction with the Lagos State Task Force and co-official, has sealed Alaba International Market over environmental offences. In fact, they went on and on and on. They said the Lagos State Task Force carried out the enforcement on Monday, and on the directive of the Commissioner of Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tukumbo Wahab, the market was found to be in contravention of several key waste management guidelines, such as indiscriminate waste disposal, absence of designated waste points, lack of waste receptacles for proper containment, as well as an unsatisfactory state of drainage systems. Despite repeated notice urging compliance with these regulations, the market authorities failed to take corrective action, prompting the sealing today. Mr. Darlington?
Yeah, in fact, the new henchman at the Ministry of Environment.
Organic play like you do anyhow, you see anyhow, you collect sharp. You must be clean, whether you like it or not.
So it's good though. It's good. It's
I like it.
I like what he's doing, and he's not being sectional or tribalistic about it. If you cross the line, no matter who you be, no matter where you have the number of Yorubas or Igbos, he will close the market so that they will learn a lesson. I thank him for that, because cleanliness is godliness. You can't go to a market to buy something only to come back home with disease, because this dirty environment, they breed a lot of bacteria and disease. So the food stuff we are eating is supposed to be in a very clean environment. Seriously, when you go to some of these markets, especially that K2, in fact, you ask yourself, is this where I buy my food stuff? So
and that's major food markets.
Exactly.
Major food markets.
The man is doing a
Mr. Darlington, that K2 market, that might 12, don't even go to the area where they're selling tomato and pepper.
You
cannot enter that area.
Heaps of dirty, rotten.
Hey, I say they get special rain boots when they wear for leg go there.
Telling you.
It's
the man is doing a good job, but there is one thing I want him to do. He has been, if you check the markets he has been dealing with, Their market majorly, where the majorly Igbos and Yorubas are doing their businesses. But how about Alaba? That place is like a pigsty. The Lagos State government should go there. The last time they went there, these boys from the north who are in that market.
I wanted to say that place be like a power pass hand.
What for? They were shooting gunfire with the police. I'm telling you. Alaba. They were shooting, exchanging gunfire with police and chase the police away. And since that time, Lagos State government does not even want to look at what is going on in there. Commissioner, please, if you are really Mr. Do It, go and clean up Alaba. You must go there. These people are not above the law. They are the ones who violate Okada law or traffic law. They are the ones who violate environmental law. They sleep and lay down anywhere they are. They convert it into their own bedroom. They litter the place. So if Lagos State truly want to clean up the place, they should make it holistic. Everybody, whether you are from the north to east, south, anywhere, even if you are from West Africa, you must conform with the law of Lagos State. That's what we are saying. Alaba, it's time to clean up that place. It's dirty. It's dirtier than these other places that they have sealed up. So if the commissioner does not want to go there, or Lagos State government does not want to, then they will give us room to talk. They will give us room to suspect them. They must go there. That place is not better at all. It's not. It's not.
All right. So let's go straight to the appeal, the Supreme Court now. Yes, for those who may be wondering, the 7-man panel presiding that are presiding right now over the appeal of the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and the Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi they've been revealed. Of course, the case, as the hearing took place today, and it is led by Justice Ijeoma Okoro and Justice Ijeoma Okoro, and includes Waniaba Aji, Lawal Garba, and Ibrahim Saulawa. The rest of the team are Adamu Jaura, Abubakar Tijani, and Emmanuel Akumaye Agim. These are the people sitting for the case. But let's go straight to what looks like the striking out of the case of the APM, as the Supreme Court today dismissed the appeal filed by the Allied People's Movement challenging the judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Justice Ijeoma to a waste of precious time of the court. In the appeal before it, when it struck out undefended petition against Mr. Tinubu's victory. Now, the party asked the court to hold the withdrawal of Kabiru Masari from the race by operation of law, amounted to automatic withdrawal and invalidation of Mr. Tinubu's candidature as the APC presidential candidate. Mr. Masari was named the running mate of, Mr. Darlington, the running mate of president, after a while, and then he became a placeholder. So what played out in court today. Let's not waste.
And it is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Because
so Mr. Ume, on behalf of the APM, reluctant, but agreed to withdraw the appeal on behalf of his client, the APM. So they have withdrawn their case.
Why not? They withdraw their case now because in the first place, they don't have much at stake now. They have nothing to lose and they have nothing to benefit from the case. This thing is very watery. It doesn't have any weight. So
Dr. That the case that APM is trying to argue is non-issue, perhaps because the court has also ruled
the double nomination
yes,
and all that.
exactly.
So maybe that was why they withdrew their this thing. I think APM wanted to play an irritant. Maybe wanted to see if they can get something, but as it is now, they didn't get anything. Meanwhile, more so when a justice of the Supreme Court has already, and he's the one leading the other judges. He's the one leading the other justices. So I think that was why they said, okay, instead of them to rule against us, let us withdraw. It's like they have seen the handwriting on the wall to save their face. So that is it. But the other important matter I don't know why they did not take decision on them.
Which of them now?
Atiku and
P2B, exactly. So you'd recall that it was a bit of an issue for the court to even admit Atiku's new evidences. There was a bit of slag there before that. There was an acceptance whether or not Atiku Abubakar should tender new evidences, or if those evidences should be admitted to court. And then eventually you do recall that Justice Inyang did ask that, well, there are 2 letters right now coming from the CSU. Which of these letters are we even going to admit? Is it the response to the deposition as written by CSU to the court, or the response to the subpoena as written by CSU to the court, or the deposition by the CSU registrar before the lawyers? So which of these are we going to admit? There are 2 conflicting stories. So if you did read both documents, you'd realize that, I don't want to say clever, but it did look like in that response by the subpoena, the CSU were neither here nor there. You understand, you saw the response that they gave. They tried to be very clever in their responses, but the deposition was where there was a bit of hook to some evidences that truthfully this person or this certificate this person is brandishing or gave to INEC didn't emanate from the school.
Let me help you, please. You see, this particular issue, it doesn't need any argument. When Nancy Maldonado said they should come and depose in court, she understood the meaning of that. Every other person who has been playing around the court knows the meaning of deposing a document in court. I don't know why Justice Ijeoma Okoro will be asking me or Nigerians which one to accept. You mean he want to discard a document disposed in court under oath, and then accept something that somebody wrote that has no legal backing anywhere? As a Supreme Court justice, does he need anybody to tell him which document to accept and act upon? The other letter was just brought in to act as a spoiler, and I'm sure the judge knows this. That letter, from the way it was coined, it was brought in as a spoiler. It's like somebody is trying to do a hatchet job. Because for you to write that letter, you should take into cognizance that somebody have already deposed a registrar of a university. Who else would have done that? Are you not going to discard what was deposed in court and accept what was written by somebody that has no legal backing? It's not possible now. So I don't know where they are going. The matter is in court, and the Supreme Court for that matter, since they have not ruled on the matter, we are only saying that what happened today is unfortunate. For a Supreme Court judge to be asking that question,
why should it be unfortunate?
Because he doesn't need to ask anybody that question.
Does it mean anything if he asks?
Look, what I'm telling you here is that if they are not trying to do something that I'm suspecting, that question shouldn't have come up. Which letter are they going to accept? Which letter was deposed in court? That is the first question he should have asked himself. Which letter was deposed in court? Take that letter and act on it. That is the right thing to do. Nothing else. I don't need to tell him that. So if he now asking no acquitted, okay, I should tell him to discard the one that was disposed in court to take the one that was written by somebody who will not even know his standard in the university.
All right.
Let him accept it now.
So, Mr. Darlington, is it surprising though that the reaction about the deposition, the documents, that's on the one hand, and secondly, the fact that the hearing was able to take place today and then concluded and fixing date for judgment, is it of any surprise to you?
You see, I see this part of this. Look, this matter has been overflogged. I did not even expect any other postponement. Because after all the correspondence have gone back and forth among the parties, the court should look at what was presented and then take a decision. All these delay tactics by the litigants, I don't know to what help. Because I learned that somebody have gone to US to ask the FBI not to release documents. You know, the same Friday, I think that was this coming Friday. It was slated.
Aaron Greenspan has also filed, you know.
So you can see that people, they are just working it's a race against time.
He has found a counter motion again, seeking that the documents be released.
So what is the meaning of all this? It doesn't hold water now. It doesn't. If you are saying they should not do this until this time, what are you fighting for? What are you aiming at? The Supreme Court should spare Nigeria this problem that is in fact this problem is trying to sink Nigeria, and the Supreme Court is dying on it. From what they are asking you now, which the letter will they accept? So if tomorrow now another letter come from nowhere, they will now say we have another letter here. So since these 3 letters are here now, or even 4 letters, it means that this matter does not even hold water. They will throw it away because letters are coming from nowhere. Meanwhile, there is the one that was deposed in court. You cannot look at it. I mean, these things are being done just to play spoiler, nothing else. And I'm sure the learned judge should know this. He should know this. That question shouldn't arise at all. I don't want to dwell into the allegation that somebody who is a minister is now a friend to somebody who is not the judge. I don't want to dwell on that. I'm looking at what the law will do. It is when they have finished what they are doing that I will not say, yes, this thing they said is true. But right now, it is in the realm of allegation. But from this question should not arise. It's putting suspicion in the mind of everybody. All right. That letter he's talking about is useless and of no effect. The one we are looking at is the one that was deposed in court, which was ordered by a judge in the US.
All right. Lagos phone lines are now open. From us today is 8 minutes pursuing 8 p.m. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. That is 0800 0700, I beg your pardon, 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. You can also call 0700 903 9039. That's a WhatsApp line, by the way. So if you like to call us on WhatsApp, especially if you are not within the country, we could save your credit smaller. Let's save your money. So you can call the WhatsApp line on 0700 903 9039. That's the other line to call. Let's take your thoughts and reactions very quickly. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Sonia. This is from Michael.
You're welcome. Go ahead very quickly.
Thank you very much. I'm calling in relation to the sanction given to Alaba International.
Great.
Today.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we are not against giving sanctions, but I would have loved it if they presented any video footage or pictures regarding in the electronic section. But I'm telling you categorically that none of such is available, that they cannot provide it. And
are you saying that you people did not break any sanitation rule?
So if they are saying that they did not pay for Loma, that may happen. But if they are saying that there are evidence of not disposing waste properly within the electronic section, in fact, the most organized environment within that Alaba section is the electrical section and the electronic section. The electronic section is far away from the main road, so you don't expect them to come at the center of the road to take care. Then that is one. Let them go to Alabarago. Alabarago is a complete hazard. In fact, it's completely nonsense. And if government cannot go to Alabarago to institute cleanliness or orderliness within there, where people sleep on the road, main road, they defecate anyhow, and in fact, everywhere is completely disorderly, they are not being serious.
All right.
That is my own take on it.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you too.
Let me say something here.
Let's take this call and you react. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
This is Jonathan from London.
Jonathan, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, sir. Barrister Darlington.
Jonah, how you doing?
Fine, sir.
How is London?
We are doing very well, sir.
How is the king doing? He's no longer the queen, he's not the king.
King Charles is managing himself. And it's very careful with all this Niger baby in central London. They shake bomb up and down.
Are you serious?
Let Auntie Camilla catch them. Let Auntie Camilla catch them. This is you're saying like this.
Don't worry.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, let me quickly jump on it. Barrister Darlington, let me bring back your memory briefly to this 25% and this does the same thing that wants to happen and that is happening in this is the position a letter.
I wonder.
As a judge, I said today's pronouncement will have effect in the life of Nigeria. Is the position a letter? Why are you turning the position to a letter?
That is what I don't understand.
Maybe I stand to be corrected, sir.
No, I mean, this one now, maybe another legal jargon where we don't know. Make we watch them.
If the position is a letter, will a registrar now stand before the court and make all those pronouncements, sir?
So are you saying His Worship the Lord Justice shouldn't have said he had 2 letters? Which of them should he take?
Why pronouncing the position as a letter?
It's not possible. It's not.
Let me quickly leave the stage for other Nigerians to vent their
other Nigerians appreciate your magnanimity. Thank you.
Now,
sorry, Mr. Darlington. Sorry, we already have another person. You talk after this, please. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, my name is Ken. I'm calling from Surulere.
Ken, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to ask, the 2 letters that they're talking about, who presented them as evidence? Is it the PDP candidates, the PDP lawyers?
No, somebody brought another letter, not the one from the court, too.
What I'm asking is that if it is their lawyers that presented the 2, why did they present the 2? Why didn't they know that one is inferior to the other?
No, it's not their lawyer.
So you know the thing. In the first place, a court deposition is not even a letter, and that's exactly what the last caller is saying now. That ideally, a deposition shouldn't have been referred to as a letter. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes, I do.
So remember there is actually one which is a letter, more like a response to the subpoena by CSU. Do you understand? Yes, which was the first one that was released before the documents were handed over to Atiku Abubakar's legal team. Do you understand? And then it was after that letter and that handed over that they now went to court that see, we now swear that these documents you gave to me, everything is the truth and nothing but the truth. Anything I'm going to tell you now concerning these documents that we're giving to you will not put a lie inside. That's the deposition. And if you're going by law, what people are now arguing is that if you're going by law, it's just very commonsensically, if I beg to say, that it would have been easier for you to know that, whatever document that is taken under oath, would have been the one that you address easily. Which is the deposition. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Darlington, you were going to say something.
Yes. You see, the issue of Alaba, I want to respond to what the man that spoke concerning that Alaba said. That there is no evidence, that they should bring footage. That one is unnecessary. He said violating Loma rules and regulations, that could be there, especially not paying your PSP fee. That could be there. Look, if you have violated one law, it's like you have violated all. So if they now hold you on that, why are you complaining? He said that one may be there. That means they are owing Loma, and Loma can seal up a place for owing them. So if you say that you are clean, but you are owing Loma, those people they are doing business.
So one of the things he said, because imagine sealing off trade fair complex and Alaba markets. These are markets that have elected leaders. What stops this government from going after the leadership of these markets? Why are they exercising excess power on individuals? Must they close markets to correct whatever that their reason for closing the markets? I pity the future of this country. Going in this direction will destroy a lot of things.
Please,
that's what he said.
Look at what happened. Look. I want us to situate this in properly. They did not close all the market. They said a section.
Sections, not just a section. Sections of the market.
They said section.
Right.
They didn't just close the whole market. So that means those sections we have found one thing. Is that not enough?
All right, so let's go straight to some more messages. Adegbo Igadidiji says, your guest has forgotten that the people that he's calling upon to speak and to stand up to condemn abnormally that we are witnessing under President Tinubu are from the West. The truth is that most civil rights movement or activists are Westerners. The likes of those that protested against President Goodluck Jonathan's administration and majority of Westerners, and now that their kinsman is in power, they have all gone to bed. Waiting for them to stand up and speak against this government is a waste of time. And Ina says the NLC on their part has become a dog without teeth. So the only option for this masses is to rise up and fight for yourselves or for ourselves. Sheikh Gumi is only playing with Wike's ball, not that he meant what he's saying. Gumi just wanted to put fear and distract Wike from doing his works in Abuja. He's playing game with Wike's head. That's what he said. And then Leo from Lagos says, because of poor sanitation, then Lagos State government closed Alaba International Market and Trade Fair, and Lagos State government should allow poor traders to breathe, because if we check canals in the state, that we will discover that almost 90% of the canals are too dirty, especially canal at Estate bus stop after police station. Leo sent in that. And Comrade Godfrey from Surulere says, Preciously, I'm asking you, he say, in all of this inciting comment that Gumi keeps making, is DSS deaf? Also, no, they were protecting the Supreme Court today. It was heavily guarded. The DSS have been very preoccupied with protecting the Supreme Court.
All of them.
And then Ina said, also, is Wale Soyinka that was keeping sanity of Nigerian state when he quickly passed judgment on Yusuf Baba Ahmed, Dati Baba Ahmed, comment on the judiciary. He said, what is he saying about Gumi and the likes who have been making inciting comments? Nothing. And then, good evening, Precious and Mr. Darlington. This is Nemeka from Asia. He said, yes, we are one of the country that can pray very well in the world, but the most satanic country you can ever imagine or think about is Nigeria. Now, the elders of the land is now silent, and everything that is happening because they are enjoying from it. I say country broke, they enjoy from it, country broke or not. We all are in the side, inside. Baba is telling us to take or bait, but they are busy buying cars for so-called lawmakers. Baba, we hear you very well, but we are not hoping to get anything better from you, because you and your managers has let us losing hope. We have, as Nigerians, are not up to 1 year in power. You see where we are today. APC government is worse than You said a lot. I appreciate you. Sorry, forgive me. You know, you already know that I won't say those things, right? To handsome. Okay, so this says, Mr. Darlington, I greet you. And she just said, I greet you.
Okay.
Yes, she just wanted to greet you. She didn't state her name. So this says, Kayode is the truth. Is the truth, whether or not he is expecting appointment. Kayode reminded them that it's not the South that have been killing people in Nigeria right from before the war. I too can tell them that it's not the South that killed the Ogoni 9, Delegiwa, Abiola's wife, and Aguiyi-Ironsi. About Supreme Court and their verdicts, we should know that
Asaba massacre.
About Supreme Court and the rest, we should know that APC and Buhari removed the former CJN and put the person they want, knowing that they are going to do, or knowing what they're going to do would ultimately end in Supreme Court. So they rule in their favor. APC has actually become the Islamic Party of Nigeria. How are you saying like that now? How about? Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Mr. Darlington, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Okay.
Okay, I'm calling from Atlanta.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. I happened to go to Alaba on Saturday. Let's be very honest. I'm not an evil man. All those streets, Mr. Darlington, with being and things like that. Look, the place is clean. Alaba International is clean, okay?
Okay.
What I'm expecting is maybe nobody know where they go and drop their refuse or something like that. But if you talk about the environment as a market where millions of people go to, who can tell me that he was in Alaba last week and tell me that he discovered a part of Alaba that is dirty? They should tell us what they are looking for, what they want from those people. Not that dirtiness is going to forget about it.
Okay.
Ah, shit. I was there on Friday on Saturday.
Okay.
I was there on Saturday.
Thank you.
Mr. Davidson, leave all those things. They are looking. If they want to collect tax, they should tell them that you pay their tax and things. Coming with Loma, blah blah blah. No. They should take off those.
Are they owing Loma? Are they owing Loma?
Madam has said it for the what's her name? Said that Loma did not talk about deal. They talk about waste bin and village.
No,
Mr. Davidson, you should get that now. Loma did not say they're owing them.
I had the Loma bill.
No.
I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Madam. All right. So let me quickly run through.
If that's the case, then the leadership of the market should now, Abi?
They should be in talks already with the government.
Yes,
all right. X2323 says, good evening, Precious. Appreciate you. Good evening. Biafra Superstar says, Nigeria don't... Okay. Surplus link, the curse, you're talking about the US curse. He said the curse worked, Mr. Darlington, and it was time sensitive in America then. That's what the person said. Samuel Haile says, Mr. Darlington, I like your style. Fisayo Majikudumi says, if I am to choose between Gumi and Fani Kayode, I would prefer to choose Gumi because Fani Kayode is a green snake in a green grass.
Your own brother.
Austrian page Ogbaja says, transfer your business back to the east, perhaps talking to the Alaba brothers. And then this says, Patrick Onwuka says, Dear Justice Okoro Sa, no conflicting letters. The position clearly stated CSU did not issue Tinubu the certificate he presented to INEC. That's what he said. Femi Bash says, what Bola... Okay. Thank you. Femi Bash, I see you. Chuka Ekwe, thank you. Femi then says again, that is Fisayo rather says again, if it is now that everyone you will understand the true meaning of Nigeria. I agree with Mr. Darlington. There is one bad spirit holding the country, I swear. It says, even the killing of innocent people itself is a curse on the country called Nigeria. Tell me the name now. He said, tell me the name now. Government magic. Then go. They could have everything finish. Stop it. Don't say that. But let me go quickly to more WhatsApp messages because I have a lot of messages. Mr. Darlington.
Yes, please. Then let me ask, do you know that the name Nigeria was given to us by a mistress of a Lord Lugard who is a satanic worshipper? Are you aware? Lord Lugard was a Luciferian. This man came from Tanzania where he had a very bad marriage. The marriage broke. The man was battered. So he came over to Nigeria with that anger. And a mistress, the wife, was the one who gave Nigeria the name. And if you look at it, because name connotes a lot of things. Most countries, when they discover their root and see it is not good, they always make a U-turn. Go and check all over the world. Reuben Abati, when he was in Aso Rock as a spokesman for Jonathan, he wrote a letter. The demon in Aso Rock. That thing, the man is an insider. He knew what he was saying.
All right, Mr. Darlington, let's go back to
when you overlook all these things, you think it is nothing. Remember that Babangida ran to Abuja after Oka coup. He hastily went to Abuja, and it is on record that things were done. I told you a story here one time about Jonathan when he was in office. And one man, when this attack started all over the place, one man said, look, he should go and do something about it. That he should go and do so. He was telling the minister of power that time. What that is a Professor Nebo. And during their Thanksgiving in the man said, look, that their God is above every of their problem, that they cannot do that. The man said, please go and sit down. You don't know anything. That all the past leaders who have come to this place, look at what they did, look at what they did, look at what they did, look at what they did. And you think this is a joke. I told you what happened when Jonathan's wife said it with her own mouth that during the last election that saw them out of power in 2015, that she was always going to Germany for operation. After every campaign, she would be in a serious pain. They will rush her to Germany. She had 12 operations. Until the last one, when they now took her to Germany, she have already prepared her for operation. Before she had that Buhari has won and the husband had congratulated, he said immediately. I said, Mr. Jonathan said this thing. She said immediately, everything about her cleared. She become normal and everything. The doctors were surprised when they now came to check her to do the operation. They said, madam, what happened?
So what were they operating all along anyway?
Hey, that is what she should have asked her. So you don't know that somebody can inflict something on you.
Away.
You'll be suffering for what you don't know.
Mr. Darlington, let's go back to our WhatsApp messages. We have too many messages to respond to, and the calls are coming in the numbers.
They were firing the air on her. So don't play with this. And this is the result is what you are seeing now. This demon that they contracted for power, look at it now, is now haunting everybody. Precious, this thing is haunting everybody. That is why they said that Satan does not give anything free. It doesn't.
Mr. Darlington, you're on national radio talking about demons in the country.
Tell me what is happening with Nigeria now. Tell me that this thing is done. Is it God that is doing us? No, is it God that is doing us? Tell me. All these people that came all over the world to invade Nigeria, who are they? Please, who are they?
All right, so let me run through my messages very quickly because I have too many of them. Ima from Abuledo says, I hope you guys we had a good weekend, thank you. He said he woke up this morning, got dressed up to go to his business, only for him to get to the gate of trade fair and found out that they've locked their business place. We should help him do something about that. And then he says, good evening, Precious. Both of you are pretty Queen Precious, APC advocate and the People's Barrister of the Year, Darlington. My new name, APC advocate. It shall be well with you. Barrister, please, individual letter and deposition letter, which one is more legal for a judge or Judge Okoro of Supreme Court? Speaking from, how can a president submit a fake certificate to INEC, which is a matter of forgery? Can't he call a spade a spade? I hope he wants to retire with honor. The world is watching, and if justice is not seen to be done, then forgery is automatically legalized in Nigeria. I rest my case. And he said, note before, not resident's appeal or your president's appeal for it will not be released. Can never work. That's what he said. So Mr. Darlington already answered that question anyway. The deposition is way better. Emmanuel from Mushi says, Nigeria came out, let's have a new country. Mr. Page, okay. I don't understand what you're saying though. But I go straight to more messages. Remy from Akoko says, if Justice Okoro, Supreme Court Justice, can't tell what should be admissible between a letter versus the deposition, document sworn under oath, don't you think such statement calls for questioning? Nobody needs to explain to an educated ordinary citizen, let alone Supreme Court Justice, that sworn deposition carries substantial weight because they are statements made under oath, the penalty of perjury. They are foundation pillars in the pursuit of truth and justice, designed to bring clarity where there is doubt and light where there is obscurity. The question by Justice Okoro Inyang is like a sign that justice may not be obtained from the Supreme Court in this matter, by the way, or by way of technicalities, which they are eager to rely on. He should know that The courtroom is no place for fear tricks or feigned confusion, especially over principles that are clear and unambiguous. That's what you said. Now, this big grammar you know for this matter. How do you learn from this man? Be sincere, please. And I thought you said this now, lawyer. Let me clear you on letters. It is affidavits collected from CSU. So go and check before you comment.
You say what? What did you just say now?
He say that the letter is the affidavit collected from CSU. Yeah.
So how does that supersede a deposition before the court? How?
Okay. So Mr. Darlington, let's go through.
No, hold on. How does that?
Mr.
Because
Darlington,
it was a judge that ordered. You mean the judge that ordered that you come to depose in court? She doesn't know what she was saying.
All right, so let's go to more messages. Ekele from Agege says, my contribution is about Supreme Court asking about the letter, which one they're supposed to accept. I'm disappointed, but one thing is they failed to deliver Nigeria from this where we are. This country will be ungovernable for all of us because the richest and the poorest. I don't understand what you're saying though, but I appreciate you. Agege from Agege says, with the ongoing ugly political and economic issues in Nigeria today, it seems God is ready to sanitize Nigeria. As the situation stands today, every sector of Nigeria, be the judicial, legislature, executive, religion, education, etc., have been corrupted beyond kids' glove repairs. My take is Nigeria is not under any curse, God's wrath, but corruption and greed by Nigerian political leaders. So no be curse they do na, no be God wrath they do na. Now corruption they do na. The claims that what money cannot do, more money will, is playing out in Nigeria's situation. To crown it all, the Nigerians have been silenced and prevented from protesting for freedom by the recent SARS killing and nightmares experiences. May God help us. That's what you said. And I run two more messages quickly. How did we get here? Even a Supreme Court judge that would be deployed to head a court in another country is trying to dance. Odom, I see you. I appreciate you. And then this says, Mr. Darlington, I didn't read that thing that you're smiling about. And then Odom says, Darlington and listeners worldwide, my take is that it was before Asiwaju eyes and during Buhari rule that saw Sheikh Gumi become a spokesman for all terrorist and headsmen groups in Nigeria. But Asiwaju refused to condemn Gumi's horrible and inciting comments against Christianity. Remember that his people were surprised that his political ambition overshadowed the harm meted on his people, even in Owo, Iparapa and Western States Forest. Now that Gumi's brother is out of office, he should be made to account for his evil, both past and present. Uche from Olodia Papa Senda, who will make him account? Okay. Please, is it true that the debt we are servicing is the interest on its own?
Of course. The main debt. Of course, we have not paid. You are servicing. You are paying interest. You have not touched the money.
All right. And then he says, Darlington and Precious, if Nigeria could win the case in London on the ground that the contract was improperly awarded, meaning you cannot build something on nothing. Yes. On what is President Tinubu's certificate standing since the HSC came from a non-existence? That's what he asked. And that says, if it is not Ladipo today, it will be Alaba tomorrow. Next tomorrow, it will be Aspanda targeting Igbo assets everywhere. What about Mushi Market, Ibuta Meta Market? Are those on store market leaving no sent in that message?
The man is still going round now.
He never reach round.
He never reach round.
He go
reach your street itself.
Oh, now they're not locking cars in the street. So
of course.
You know that you park on the street anyhow, they lock your car.
So if your street is dirty anyhow, they will lock it up. Nobody will go in or come out. Yes, now.
Okay, so this says, you see, Precious, that this country don't get as it be. As your president pronounced subsidy is gone, my thanks goes for Mr. Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi and Atiku for fighting good of this country. For the people that claim that they're the ones holding yam and knife, if they are caught, you go chop. But Precious, tell them to remember God. Okay, your name is Kelechi. Kelechi, I appreciate you. Mr. Darlington, do you know, are you aware that the price of fuel is up again now?
It goes and come down now.
Right. No, it hasn't come down. It hasn't come down before.
No, there was a time
it didn't drop. It didn't drop at any time.
It's not uniform.
It didn't drop any. Since 29th of May, it hasn't come down, Mr. Darlington. At least I buy fuel every time.
No, the mega stations.
Okay.
At times
we have a caller on the line. Hello, good evening. Hold on, I think we lost him. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening.
You're welcome, sir.
I'm Pastor Emmanuel calling from Alaba.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Mr. Darlington, God bless you. Well done, sir.
Well done,
my sister and my brother, Nigerians. I'm just, feeling terrified over what is happening. That from 2015 that we start hearing witchcraft talking in this nation. That last tribunal where they dismiss all the petitions of the other opponents. And the witches were in the court making the judges to sleep. Now this time around, they come up start warning people 2 days ago and yesterday. And now the tribunal is setting. I began to wonder, are we in a nation where demon is now physically and practically ordering things? And you look at it, it's just like funny something, but is it the reality? We live in a world where spiritual controls the physical. And we are turning our nation into a cultic realm whereby God's laws can be visited, but God will show us mercy on the basis that there are a lot of people that worship and fear Him and honors Him. So when I look at this thing now, because this government supposed even to be ashamed, even our president, that your name is being taxed to forgery, and you don't even mind. And those people that they have given one position and the other, they are continually supporting, telling him nothing will happen. This and that. What honor do we now have in the universal world of other nations? Our nation being under the spell of witchcraft. May God deliver us and help us.
Amen.
And grant that this nation that is going to represent the pride of the black race, that God will shine the light that we destabilize the powers of darkness, that we rain fire in the kingdoms of witchcraft and their covens, and that this nation will be delivered from the powers of the wicked.
Amen.
Thank you, my sister.
Thank you, sir.
And my brother. God bless Nigeria.
Appreciate it,
Precious, you know that these same people.
Is you that started this witches and wizard thing, Mr.
No,
Darlington?
seriously, were you not here when they were deciding the election matters?
Which people decided?
Witches and wizards. Were you not here? You discuss it here now. Even they have already told you what will happen in Imo, Bayelsa and Kogi. These same witches and wizards, they have told you, they have analyzed it. Am I the one saying it? No, please tell me. Did I raise this issue? You wanted to dismiss it. They are coming out boldly to tell you that they are not in charge, and you think this is ordinary. Tell me any time in the history of this country that witches and wizards have come out to decide the election matters. Mention any time they have come to play a prominent role in our electoral system, and you are telling me that this thing is ordinary. It's not ordinary, Leo. It's not. Serious, it's not.
All right. Isaac from Ejigbo says, it's unfortunate that we are in a country where a certain tribe are untouchable. Gumi, unguarded statements, he's yet to be picked up. Ezendibo, Ajawa State is still in custody. If the security operatives cannot guarantee life and properties of Ndibo, they will invite IPOB to come their aids. Immediately, he was declared wanted, and by same security operatives, and he's still under the care of those security operatives till now, and nobody has said anything. But Gumi has been saying things worse than that, and nobody has said jack to Gumi, and nobody has even picked him up. This is really unfair. Bilado from Idimo says, Nigerian government do not have money to take care of poor Nigerians, but they have money to take care of rich politicians. Why? I need answers. Mr. Darlington will give you answer later. He's the man of all answers. Prince Ayotek says, someone wrote a novel titled There Was a Country. If what is happening in Israel and Hamas did not happen here in Nigeria, our government would not take precautions. APC government is causing Nigerians PDP rule for good 16 years in Nigeria didn't complain, but the people want to recover all the money they spent during elections. Tell which market, which Yoruba market do you hear that Loma sealed up? It's high time Nigerians would take actions against this evil. So the thing is, there's no government owned, there's no market owned by any tribe.
I wonder.
In this state, as far as I'm concerned. In fact, in the whole of this country. See, even if you go to Onitsha market, you will see one Yoruba person selling there.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So don't be, people should stop this thing. Yes, we may have, predominant tribe in a particular market, but it doesn't mean that they are the only ones in that market. No, now. So there are also Yoruba people selling things in that market that was locked up.
Of course.
Please, let's not try to sensationalize things. It's the truth. Please. There are one or two Yoruba people that have been affected by that same market because they are there. There are even Hausa people who also own shops in that market. They're also affected. So this is not about only Igbo people. Please, let's not try to make things look that way. I appreciate. Going back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello. Are you ready to talk to me? Yes, please. Good evening.
This is Victor calling from Germany.
Victor, you're welcome. Can you make it quick, please? Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Darlington and Precious.
You're welcome.
I'm just so surprised about what is happening back there in Nigeria. It's terrible. And it's as if there is a spell over the entire nation, because when Mohbad died, everybody went on demonstration and all that. But then, when the situation of the country is getting worse, it's like nobody's ready to demonstrate. It's like as if there is a spell hanging over the entire nation. So we don't really know what to do. So I think we just continue to pray, because the judges the Supreme Judges, they are intellectuals, but somehow it's as if what not to be right all of a sudden is now wrong. So we keep praying. I'm here, and each time I listen to the news over there, we are so disappointed, and we just pray that the Lord help us.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye to you too. All right. So two more messages. Ayotek, I think I've taken your message quickly. Okay. Joshua says, Adeyemi Joshua from Ekpa just said, Pretty Precious and Darlington, thank you for taking Darlington's name from me. The day Nigeria will start working is the day the three arms of government will function without the influence nor dominance of the executive arm of government. And then he says, as for the Alaba market, I don't think a witch hunting cause other markets that are populated by Yorubas, e.g. Mile 12 and Keto markets, etc., were closed down too. No one said it's witch hunting. I agree with you, Joshua. I totally agree with you. I mean, Mr. Darlington also agrees with you. For Mr. Darlington to agree with you, Mr. Darlington today agreed with you.
I will change my mind.
No, don't change your mind. Don't change your mind. Don't change your mind. I appreciate. And at the Precious of Mr. Darlington, the government is just being so funny. Very soon, Lama will be requesting for fat trap of fumigation certificate in the market. If they request more than do and fumigate, leave rats. Let rats not be infesting our food. And then he says it's unfortunate that the so-called Supreme Court of Nigeria, led by Okoro, is going to be the undertaker to bury what remains of Nigeria. Who tell you? That's a judge of the Supreme Court of Nigeria doesn't know the difference between a deposition and a mere letter. It's unfortunate. The next NSAS protest is going to help Nigeria level. Sir Eric Okoro from Surulere sent in that message. And yes, Oji Carlo from Benin Republic says, Gumi said is good and he's correct because he is real Nigerian, but if mistakenly Igbo man says such a thing, DSS or Army or Police or NSCDC or all of them will immediately arrest the Igbo man because he is an Igbo man, but is only an Igbo man. Play one Nigeria, yes. But you said a lot and say I arrest my case. Precious, please make sure you read all my message complete so government of Nigeria will correct their faults and stop jumping some WhatsApp.
So you are the one that will do that.
I don't read the message now, so now you rest, Abby. I have read the message, but I'm not going to read the ones you wrote from the beginning. No, I have read the one I can read. I read the ending. Okay, and then this says, Precious, whether devil like it or not, the wall of Jericho must fall and Nigeria must move forward. What is happening to Pharaoh will happen to Austin. Ayobo. Austin from Ayobo sent that message. Mr. Darlington, you see that thing for your mind, Ayabi? Will make me do okay. All right. I like the way you're seeing it on my behalf. And Kingsley from Egbeda says, your voice can raise the dead. I pray God continue to keep up for Nigerians. Hearing from you give me hope. The one day this nation will rise again. Thanks to VOP for bringing Mr. Darlington and other wonderful men and women of truth. Speak on behalf of many poor Nigerians. God bless you, VOP. Thank you. Aww. Are you serious, Mr. Darlington? You're not doing this. The Alaba International Market locked today. Is it dirtier than Alaba Arago Market? Igbos are not ready to fight for the rights. Rather than you guys should just leave this in. Mrs. Okere from Gidingbi. Madam File Mbe. Precious. Okay, I say Precious. Tinubu will not want Gumi. This is coming from Wachiko from Ajo. He says Tinubu will not want Gumi. Why? Good evening, Precious. Let the youth rise up and fight for the right, for their rights. If not, this country go no waiting. Because of go change the rules of Nigeria. Precious. Since that time Tinubu became president, everything don't change in this country. May God help all of us in this country. Joshua B. Bello from Taraba State sent in that message. Joshua, you're not the youth. Stand up. If you rise, others will follow you around you. Really. The idea of asking which documents to tender is very obvious. As genuine as the CSU registrar's deposed evidence may be, if tendered, I won't be surprised the Supreme Court to turn back to claim that it's statute bad. What is good for the gays is also good for the gander. Darlington is very correct. Let the environmental agencies get to Alaba Arago, Pen Cinema, Kantangowa, is it Kantangowa?
Yeah,
Kantangowa Market, etc. So they will be fair and balanced. Tony from Jegemo sent in that message. Hello, good evening to you.
This is Tony.
Oh, Mr. Tony, good evening. Good evening, Mr. Tony. Welcome.
Yes. Honestly, I didn't want to call, but why I called because the last caller, he said, let's pray for praying. I don't know when I just wake up.
And I need to pray for America.
No.
And I need to pray.
Come down from heaven.
America is not 8%, I mean 10%.
God should not come and do what you are do. If you are praying for nothing tomorrow till 1 year, nobody will give you money. You have to work. So God gave you your brain, gave you your IQ, gave you your vision, gave you everything for you to do what you're supposed to do. You don't expect him to come down. Nigerians know what they're supposed to do. So again, the system of making it impossible for Nigerians to work for us. Because Precious, you're not working. You're okay. For example, now I employed you. How do you think you can go against if you're by judiciary? You cannot. Tinubu employs TJ. He has appointed those people, and then if you go against it, that means automatically it might be out of work. If they sack me, you might be out of work.
So you're not also independent too.
So the system has made us difficult for us to get the right thing done. Not that judiciary, they know what is right, but because they can't lose their job because of me and you or the masses. So there's no way whoever can overturn the president. There's no way. And so the thing is there that the Nigerian system, I can't explain it, but one thing I for sure is that an Igbo man still made. They should look into one about an Igbo man. This condemnation every time Igbo man bring it, let's clean, let's do this. Why? These are the people that after the war he gave them 20 pounds, and look at what they are getting from it. So it's not wonderful. Don't you think any man can turn Nigeria to what it's supposed to be? Can't they give them even a chance? Somebody Igbo man cannot do Nigeria. Why? I will say we are one Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, let you guys keep praying.
You will help us in prayer now. You will help us.
I cannot.
You will. I will even add fasting to read.
Every day we pray for. Let's pray for Nigeria.
Oh, Gatoni, you do dry fasting for us.
Let's pray for Nigeria.
You don't know if it's a prayer that will change things.
There's no. I've traveled enough, and I've seen enough places. No way that have churches than Nigeria in the whole world. And then where the highest crime is committed is still the same Nigeria. Haba. Can't you ask yourself what is the happen?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my dear.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Mr. All right. So he said, "What is holding us is too strong." So that's Mr. Darlington didn't say that. All right. Let me take a few messages, then we'll rush to a break, and then we'll come back straight to our step down conversation. Precious saying, "I agree too. I heard say you enjoy your weekend. That's great. How are you, Mr. Darlington, and your family? I'll keep on praying for you for more strength to handle Precious and Nigeria Matter situations. God bless you guys. I love you, Precious. I'm enjoying your YouTube. Thank you so much, Mr. Ola from Chicago. Yeah, that's your Ola. Yeah, Mr. Ola. And then this says, all right. So this says, good evening, Precious and Darlington. Precious, make I just tell you plainly, nothing will come out of the Supreme Court judgment. Tinubu is now the owner of Nigeria. I sincerely wonder how. Wow, one president, now the senior brother of. Precious, my name is Teaches. Tell them I said it. You come and say it with your mouth. After writing it, come and force me with your mouth to say it. This man has a hand. This one has a hand. Okay, believe me, Precious. I know. Say you be APC woman leader. He said, believe me, Precious. I know say be APC woman leader and wife. I don't believe woman leader. They don't add wife of APC join up. And it's only me they marry all the APC men. Am I not too much like this? He say, but you yourself know say nothing good will come out of APC, or that your brother will on the let them do well what they want to do. And he said too much. Well, in fact, because of this thing, he said, let me take one more call. I go for a break. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening and welcome. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Uche. I'm calling from the UK.
Uche, if you can make it quick, please go ahead. Welcome.
All right. Yes, I just want to talk in regards to the Supreme Court, the position today, the listening today.
Yes, please.
Yes, there is something Nigerians should be aware of. If you remember the appeal court, that's how Justice Samani brought up an issue regarding Tinubu, this thing that, okay, fine, can't he be forgiven? And these judges are very smart. They are trying to chip in something to see the reaction of Nigeria. How can he say we have two letters? If Nigerians don't react and correct it on social media, we have to post it up for him to know that there is a difference between a letter and a deposition. And the deposition holds precedent because of it's done under oath. And how did the president, the judge, know that this particular deposition was held at Atiku's lawyer's office?
And that's because did they not have the judge?
Yes, how did he know? Who told him?
Have they not served the papers? Have they did not read news? Don't they read news?
No. Even Tinubu's lawyer would have said.
Because Tinubu's lawyer also stated that. Remember that they rejected that. They actually wrote to the Supreme Court. Remember they've been writing back and forth. They had written to the Supreme Court telling the Supreme Court not to accept those documents because it was done in Atiku's lawyer's office.
But these are men.
but meanwhile, I hear that it's part of the procedure in the United States, that it's not out of place in the United States for the positions to happen in the lawyer's
It's not. I said in the UK, I stayed in America for a long time. Even between companies, sometimes they carry out the position in companies or premises. In as far as the order, if you have, you will have what's it called? Sometimes they have a recorder or a video recorder to make sure that it is as genuine as a court sitting. What kind of judges do we have? Are they still living in the 16th century? We're in the 21st century. The law is changing. I don't know why we have old men in this position and they're not even upgrading themselves to know how the system works all over the world. That is for that. So the deposition, me as a layman knows that this is something that is done under oath, which is more legally binding than just a letter. Okay, fine. What letter is he talking about? The letter is not talking about certificate. The letter is just talking about, okay, fine, Tinubu attended the school, which is still under doubt because we have other things that shows that yes, it could be another person, or fine, he attended, but did he graduated and it was the certificate issued by the authority, by the authority body. And the deposition will give you clear picture of everything that happened. And in the deposition, they talked about that particular letter. That particular letter was generated. It's just a normal letter that anybody can request for, and you sit and it will be drafted to you. It was not stamped. It's not even stamped. It doesn't have the stamp of the school. It's just a signature. And the guy that signed it is the one that was at the deposition. The same person. So they should go with the deposition. The deposition is superior to the to whom it may concern. The letter. It's not even specified to a particular person.
Yeah.
He said anybody can get that. That's what that's what anybody that requests for Tinubu's attendance will get. So they should stop playing this hanky-panky. We are not fools. They should respect us. So the only thing we have to do is to make sure we let them know that we know what is right. You don't have to be a lawyer to know that a deposition and or what they call a summon from a court to swear under the oath is a oath precedent over just a common paper that was not even stamped or certified.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate
that is it.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so Lagos, let's quickly go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll just take a few messages that we have left and we'll go straight to a step-down conversation. Mr. Darlington, the last time we talked, they used to steal men's in here. Now it is a woman's that they've stolen in the market. Some people are saying, how will you remove a woman's something on her chest and take it away? And then we're just asking, to what do we owe all of this stealing of private parts around the country to?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do we have private, ownership of things being transferred spiritually like this? Is it part of the witches and wizard things you were talking about the last time?
They are the loose.
We'll talk about this after the break. Lagos, stay with us. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM.
na-akpọta ugbu a n'Enugu steeti dịka gọọmenti Enugu chọrọ iji ijeri $40 billion were wulite akụnụba n'ala Igbo bụkwa nke Oji River Industrial Park so n'otu n'ime ya. Oji River Industrial Park bụ ụkpụrụ pụrụ iche gọọmenti steeti Enugu chọrọ iji kwalite akụnụba n'ala Igbo. Ọ bụ ndị Sellers Group na-arụ ahịa bụkwa nke ga-abụ ọkaibe na mba Afrịka gbaa gburugburu. Ọ bụ n'Ugwu Ọba bụkwa nke dị nso na Nnamdi Azikiwe University Ọka ka a ga-arụ ya. Ọ ga-abụ ahịa ihe niile ga-anọ n'otu ebe matakwa na a ga-ebulu ọdụ ụgbọelu Akanibiam International Airport Enugu bụkwa nke ga-eme ka ngwa ahịa na-esi na mba ofesi na-abata ma na-apụkwa. Ndị ji ego na-akwado ụlọ ahịa gụnyere African Development Bank, International Finance Corporation, American Exim Bank, Bank of Industry, Infrastructure Development Bank, Central Bank, Taj Bank, Sukuk Funds nakwa Development Bank of Nigeria. Maka ịmata ihe ndị ọzọ n'uju gaa na ojiriveric.com.ng maọbụ gaa kpọtụrụ anọsi ike na 08131801541, Jude 0903-194-9623, Adigbo 070-471-30361, Elder Patrick 0816-817-0210. Ọ bụ ha na ndị Sellers Group na-arụkọ Oji River Industrial Park. Nke a bụ nke anyị.
Legacy, welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. So I have a few messages to run down so it doesn't look like I left some of the messages unattended. Let's see what happened at Otukpo. Thieves going to be going to hand work in Nigeria. Why? Because hungry is too much. Dollar is now 1,750. You never reached 1,750 today. Oh no, I saw today 1,210 naira, 1,150. You see, Apanda market is still yesterday night too. And Adi says, Precious, why are you handling cases as if you are in court defending Mahmoud Yakubu? All right. Hope all Nigerians know that you reap what you sow. Election is a means of choosing your leader, and they've done so. Why are Nigerians crying and complaining when you compromise? Let them keep suffering and smiling. Next election will sit up. Cheers. Ima from Lagos State sent in that message. And then this says, evening, Precious. Darlington, you see this locking of shop is targeted on a particular tribe. They are just using Loma to deceive the citizens just to get back to them. We are not deceived. Why are they not locking oil mill markets, mile 1 markets in Port Harcourt and other states? Ward 1, Nigeria doesn't. Okay.
At the River State now.
I don't know. We've talked about this. Yes, we've talked about this. Hi, Madam Precious. Well done work. My greetings goes to Mr. Barrister Darlington. God will continue protecting you people. Amen. Okay, and this says, if this country is being controlled by evil powers because of one person, what's of all these prophets, pastors, and that this country have? Is God not hearing their prayers? Allen Gentle from Ilasama just say, if it didn't say Say, how about all these plenty pastors we have? Is it not enough? And then he says the same court that doesn't give justice based on public opinion is asking the public which one they should accept. Nigeria, which way now? Case from heaven, we're looking. And then it says evening pressures when Lama closed Mushi Market, Owode Oniru Market, Ketu Market, and Oyingbo. It was not tribal issue. My regards to Darlington. Your friend, Miss Darlington, one of your friends that used to oppose you, he's not sending regards to you.
True.
One of those your friends, I can't tell.
Tell me this.
I don't know.
So that I will beat him too.
Mr. This says, evening once again, precious. Nigerian judiciary is acting movie with masses. Now we are in court season 2. Interesting one. Everyone wants to know the end of the story. No worry. You go know. If you know the end, it will not be sweet. It will not be interesting. All right. And this says, just Ian should remember that Nigerians are not fools. Truth pressed to earth will definitely rise again. Martin Luther King Jr., Sebastian from New York sent in that message.
Yeah, Sebastian.
All right. And then he says, the type of wicked vituperations being faced in the country will blow up one day. Chinedu from Badagry. No, it's not blow. Okay. And then this says, Precious Shetima, you say Precious Shetima? You guys will be all right. He said, you are slowly watering down Mr. Darlington and not giving us hope anymore. We are slowly changing from calling white and black. I'm calling white green. Are you serious? You guys are nice. I have this power. And then this says, good evening, Auntie Precious and Sir Darlington. You see, this locking of shop is making so many people fall into depression. They have family to feed. Please, they should stop this kind of thing. Samuel Watson from Shogunle sent that message. Samuel, we understand, but
please,
yeah.
Please let them not blame Loma or Lagos State. Please keep your environment clean. If it is clean, it is clean.
Absolutely. And then he says, it's obvious that there is nothing good that can come out of the courts. I personally read the deposition, and it's clear that certificate is not from CSU. So the judge are just being clever by half. We leave them for God. Very soon, dollar will be 2,500. It will not be a portion in Jesus' name. Toby from Texas. Toby, to not be a portion. All right, so let's go straight to a step down conversation. So, Mr. Darlington, we've oftentimes talked about how they take males, private parts. So today, somebody did tweet that a lady's breast got missing today in a Kefi market by an unknown individual, and warning people to be careful. And there's a bit of a video footage showing the event when it happened. Okay. So, Mr. Darlington. Okay. So, yes, the case is that I think somebody quacked or whatever, her breast disappeared, and that we've been having in Abuja alone in 3 weeks. They said they had recorded about 60-something cases of missing penises. 66 cases of missing penises. That is, the men's here will just disappear, and they will not see it again. Now it has become the turn of women. They are will just come like that and go. But although some people are saying that some eyewitnesses who were there eventually came out to say that it was actually her money that was missing. Perhaps she put it in her breast pocket somewhere and somebody vamoosed it and all of that. But again, going back to the reality of this false alarms and false accusation, because imagine if this person was caught and the kind of hunger and anger that is in Nigeria, and they descended on this person. So how do we, to what do we owe all this unnecessary false alarms now? Is it that we're just in a state where we're just so easily gullible and we just believe that somebody can just take things like as little as huge as our body organs from us without... How do these things disappear? We had talked about it the last time when somebody said that the penis didn't actually disappear, it just shrunk. You understand? And then the person thought that because it shrunk, it looks like its efficacy is no more and it has disappeared. So are these actually real? you know a lot about witches and wizards and evil spirits.
You have started though. You will not call me their member.
You know a lot about evil witches and wizards and evil spirits. So if somebody is taking somebody's body parts, what do they want to do with it, Mr. Darlington? I want you to talk to us about this. Why do we have so many of these cases happening in Nigeria?
If you check, these things happen mostly in an environment of poor people. You can't go to the elite environment and hear or see this type of thing. It's not possible.
True do.
Are you getting what I'm saying? So in their poor state of thinking and mentality, they can assume anything. Somebody can just shout to, hey, before you know it, it don't happen though. Nobody will sit down to analyze or think or even look at the mob talking there. Look at cacophony of voices. Who will you listen to? Who will you ask questions? So it is mostly in such environment that this type of things happen, and they are not real. They are not, even though we agree that there are witches and wizards, at least they have come to show themselves, but I don't think this type of thing is possible.
So you think that to take organs?
It is not possible. It's not possible. It can never happen.
So you know another reason is that if it's not possible, again, so if it's not possible, then what's the possibility that people would, when people kill people, all these people that they kill for ritual purposes, by the time they kill the person, they've cut out the person's private organs. What do they do with those private organs? So is it not the same thing that they could also magically remove?
Let me tell you. You see, this is a myth.
So they're not real after all.
They are not, because you have cases where people who go and do this get disappointed. When they were caught, they will start telling you, even the thing we used, nothing came out of it. Let somebody come and show me where they took a human part to go and do money ritual and money was caught. It has never happened. It has never. What they call money ritual is this human part, maybe organ. Maybe they take the liver, the kidney to go and sell. And when they see the person, they say, they don't remove this, they don't remove that. These things are not real. Even the one they used to go and do juju, if they even caught some of this, is to go and do juju. But how efficacious is the juju?
I'm wondering, what can you do? What kind of juju can you do with human parts?
That is what the native doctor will tell them. We have been watching a lot of Nollywood now. We have been watching a lot.
But I thought that they say most of those things are mirroring the society, so that means it's real.
But didn't you see what happened at the end of the day? Like a ritual by Kenneth Nebua. Didn't you see ritual? At the end of the day, what happened? Where they brought somebody's heart and the other native doctor granted it to the mother. And then you want to put it on his chest so that it will be your day cheap. Then the native doctor said, okay, let me test this thing. Immediately he fired the man.
So Mr. Darlington, again, if these things work actually, then why do we keep praying for the country? Why don't we just use jazz to make things begin to work? Because somebody just sent a message and I use it from Ijegi. It says all these magicians should just test their power on private parts. Should just test their power on private parts. Should try it on these politicians I'm seeing on my phone. These politicians, they need to be disappeared.
Okay, if you look at it yourself, who did they normally go and see vision in the church for? Is it not poor people? Have they seen vision for Dangote or Ted Dolarian?
Who tell you say they need to see for them?
Which vision? Telling them that they will see money or what? Those people, it's only they will prey on your weaknesses. They prey on your weaknesses, manipulate.
So Mr. Darlington, are you saying that those voodoo powers don't exist, or
there is voodoo power?
So if they exist, why is it that we cannot use voodoo power to turn around that situation in Africa? That's the question. Why does Africa enjoy so much bad leadership, even in the midst of its voodoo?
We are using it for negative purpose.
So why can't we use it for the purpose of our productivity?
Because that is where our mindset have been directed to.
Who has directed our mindset with all this awareness and this complaint? Why can't we just be then more aware that we need to change our course more?
Let me give you an example. It is the leadership, the direction that the leader wants us to go.
Mr. Darlington, let me just take this call first.
China, 1% prayer.
Yes, 1%.
1%.
I'm coming. Hello, good evening to you.
Madam President, good evening.
You're welcome. What's your name, sir?
This is Gozie calling from Ago.
Oh yeah, Gozie, tell us so. If all these witches and wizards and touch and follow used to work,
everything is possible. The one you never see, the one you never see is in your youth. Something that you don't know, senior you. You can't say that it's not. This thing is happening on a daily basis, and it's possible. The one has happened for my side before. Okoro like this. Okay, why were they? Why were they when they thought they this, maybe if they say miss or something like that. Okay, what I'll take a look of the thing that happened last month or something like that. That's two babies turned to yam. Is it not the same thing?
Hey.
Why are we just arguing?
All right, thank you, my brother. Time I've gone. I have to run away. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Darlington. We don't have time again. Mr. Darlington, we don't have time again.
The breast that disappeared, did they ask the woman to open her chest so that they will see whether the breast is no longer?
I don't know, Mr. I think next time we'll be looking for evidences. All right, Lagos, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Do follow us. Just hook up with us on YouTube at Precious Enyi Official. Precious ENYI TV Official. Precious Enyi TV Official on YouTube. You get to see some of the things that we have been doing, Darlington and I love you. Thank you so much. Stay calm, stay cool, and have yourself